Hello and welcome to this first episode of A Look Into, a new railway series dedicated to present some unknown and rather interesting engine types. As a French myself, for now these videos will be focused on French rolling stock only, but if this grows in any way, I don't exclude anything else to be covered. This idea is inspired by Anthony Dawson's videos, so check him out, I'll put a link to his channel below. So let's begin. The first engine type to be covered here are the four different series of 242 tank engines, or 484 in white classification, built by the PLM railway between 1926 and 1933. This series with the 242AT, BT, CT and DT. The series were based on the company's older 464 engines, the 232AT and other letters, and maintained pretty much the same overall design, just made longer and more powerful. The need for new 484 engines came from the lack of power and acceleration of the older engines on suburbs convoys. The three builders recruited for these engines are the SFCM, the Batignolles-Châtillon works in Nantes, and the Schneider works in Le Creusot. The engines were four-cylinder compound, with the low-pressure cylinders inside and the high-pressure cylinders outside. All four types had Valchert's valve gears, though the BT and DT types had oscillating lens valves, instead of the basic piston valves the AT and CT had. The engines were also equipped with a triple-jet PLM type exhaust, and the 8 massive drivers were 1.65 meter tall on the AT and BT, and 1.55 meter tall on the CT and DT. The engines were capable of taking 12 cubic meters of water and 5 tons of coal in their tanks. The engines also had a weight of about 117 tons in total and were 17.83 meters long. Their max speed in service was 95 kilometers per hour. The cab itself was equipped with a two-way engineer position on both rear and forward bulkheads. Later in their life, when the SNCF took over, the remaining engines received smoke deflectors and new Nord-type smokebox doors. All four series showed their excellent capabilities and qualities in Paris suburbs, and in 1936, at the creation of the SNCF, were all renamed 242TA. Sadly, at the end of World War II, 5 engines were considered total losses after both German sabotages and Allies bombings on the depots the engines were housed in. The engines then worked in the north, where needs of traction were extremely high due to the war losses, and later traveled France from depot to depot, each one of them closing down after the other, as steam progressively was replaced by diesel and electric traction. Finally, in 1968, the last working 242s were removed from service altogether, ending the story of probably one of the biggest tank engines ever built. Thankfully though, one example, the 242-86, is still preserved at the Cité du Train in Mulhouse, and people can still see the beauty of those rather unusual engines. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video like how I did by doing it, and I hope to see you later for another one.